Hey everyone, my name's Kyle and I'm a software engineer and a game dev on the side. Let's talk about the most recent changes to Kyru, my dream game. In this devlog, I'll be talking about what I did to make it feel more game-like. I've made a decent amount of progress since the last video, so let's get into it. First of all, I added a jump animation and improved Kyru's run animation. For the run animation, I added an in-between where Kyru's arm swings down so it makes it feel more natural. Looking back at the original animation, it looks a little bit clunky compared to this. This looks a lot better. I will say that the jump animation doesn't look the best right now since we're using a lerp function to animate the character. So what I'm thinking about doing is changing the jump animation to something where we instantly change to that pose. I think that'll help a lot and make it feel more consistent and natural. When I'm talking about aesthetics for the game, I'm talking about the visual feel and the sound of the game. I want to work on this game for a long time, and if I'm just working on a game that's full of spheres and blocks and stuff like that, it's gonna get pretty bland. So I already started making the game look nicer. There's a wind particle effect that is also accompanied by the sound of the wind. The coins make a sound and there's a collection animation that goes off when they're grabbed. I added a water shader to the environment to make it feel a little bit better. Also, when the player's jumping, there's a slight squash and stretch, so that makes it feel a little bit more like a game. But right now, all I have is a character that can basically just move around, run and jump. What I'll talk about next is kind of where I'm headed in the next devlog. So right now, I have a super simple dialogue system that I created for a game jam a while back. At the moment, all it does is just kind of type out some text in a text box and shows it on the screen. The plan is to add some nice sounds that go with each character when it's being typed out. I also want to add a simple fetch system. That will really start to make this feel like a game. I've mentioned before that I have a build system that automatically uploads my builds to itch.io so I can test them easily. This is great, but manual testing will only get you so far. In preparation for future progress, I've added a test suite to the project. Right now, there's only example tests in there, but eventually I do plan on writing, actual unit tests. These tests will become viable when I start creating systems for the game. So maybe in the next devlog, I can actually break down like what tests I'm writing for when I add like the simple fetch quest system. If you're interested in kind of like a deeper dive into testing and kind of like my thoughts on it, let me know in the comments. Overall, I think I've made pretty good progress. The fact that I'm on my third devlog on this series says a lot for me personally because I've never done that before. My hope for the project is that this is just going to be a slow burn. I don't plan on grinding this too often in the beginning, but rather making bits of progress here and there and then documenting it as I go along on the channel. My hope is that with time I'll be able to tighten up the scope of the game and get feedback from people as I'm creating the game through comments on the channel. The end goal is still to release this game on Steam, so I want to do this iteratively and make a lot of changes along the way. This is going to be hard, but I'm really excited and I hope you stick around for the journey. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.